It's game on in Uttar Pradesh, Karnataka and Himachal Pradesh for electing leaders to the Rajya Sabha. There's dinner diplomacy, or let's say dinner politics, that's on in Uttar Pradesh, where the BJP has fielded 8 candidates, though it has numbers to elect 7. The Game of Thrones also on both in Karnataka and in Himachal Pradesh. And for this battle of Rajya Sabha, that remains our top focus story. Royal Rumble for Rajya Sabha. All eyes on 15 seats across 3 states. Can the BJP JDS spoil Karnataka for Congress? BJP forces a contest in Uttar Pradesh and Himachal. Cross-voting fears haunt the opposition, and that's our top focus on the news track. Samajwadi Party and the Congress too in Uttar Pradesh are saying, let's play. The Samajwadi Party and Congress have fielded 3 candidates. They too need additional votes. Now, if they need 3 additional votes, the BJP needs 8 more in Uttar Pradesh. And OP Rajbhar of the Suheldev Bharatiya Samaj Party, just a short while back, he told India Today, some of us will vote Satke and some of us will vote Hatke. Some will vote with a difference. Khel dekhte jaiye. Game on. I'm Gaurav Sawant. We get you a ringside view of this game. But first, as always, the headlines. Calcutta High Court rebukes Mamata Banerjee government over Sandesh Khali, directs the government to arrest absconding TMC leader Sheikh Shah Jahan. TMC insists it will arrest Sheikh Shah Jahan in the next 7 days. Showdown over writer Natasha Cole's deportation. BJP slams the Congress for inviting what the BJP calls is a Pakistan sympathizer. Congress hurls the dictator jibe at the Narendra Modi government. Boost for the Hindu side in the Gyanvapi case. Allahabad High Court refuses to stay the puja in the Vyasji ka Tehkhana. Muslim side now plans to move the Supreme Court. Assam Chief Minister defends repealing the Muslim Marriage Act in the state. Himant Biswa Sarma says it will stop child marriage. AIMIM Chief and MP Asaduddin Owaisi hits out. Legendary ghazal singer Pankaj Udas is no more. The ghazal maestro passed away at the age of 72 after battling prolonged illness. So for the 58 seats in Rajya Sabha, 41 MPs have already been elected unopposed. But the big focus and the big fight is for 15 seats, 10 in Uttar Pradesh, 4 in Karnataka and 1 in Himachal Pradesh. Now, that's being watched very closely. Why? The BJP has forced a contest in all 3 states by fielding candidates, some at the last minute. There is shadow of cross-voting that looms large over the opposition. But does this also show the strategy of both the camps, the NDA camp and the opposition India alliance? And does this also entail or give an indication, a glimpse of what may happen in the 2024 Lok Sabha elections? Who has a better strategy? Who's better prepared at executing that strategy? Can the BJP here spring a surprise?
Hours before the Rajya Sabha elections, all eyes are on Uttar Pradesh. The state is set to witness a close contest with the BJP fielding local industrialist and former SP leader Sanjay Seth as its 8th candidate. The 7 other candidates fielded by the BJP are former Union Minister RPN Singh, former MP Chaudhry Tejveer Singh, party's UP General Secretary Amarpal Maurya, former State Minister Sangeeta Balwant, party spokesperson Sudhanshu Trivedi, former MLA Sadhna Singh, and former Agra Mayor Naveen Jain. The SP has fielded actor MP Jaya Bachchan, retired IS officer Alok Ranjan, and Dalit leader Ramji Lal Suman. Both BJP and the Samajwadi Party have the numbers to send 7 and 3 members respectively. Had the BJP not nominated its 8th candidate, election to the 10 Rajya Sabha seats in Uttar Pradesh would also have passed unopposed.
सरकार की कोशिश होगी और हर तरह का दबाव बनाएगी सरकार, लेकिन विधायक अपनी मर्जी से वोट डालेंगे. उन पे दबाव नहीं चलेगा, दबाव नहीं चलेगा.
Shadow of cross-voting is looming over the Rajya Sabha polls in Karnataka. In a last-minute twist, BJP and JDS jointly fielded Dr. Kupendra Reddy, a former Rajya Sabha MP from JDS. Congress had initially fielded 3 candidates including Ajay Makan, while BJP had put forward Narayansa Bandge. With 224 legislators in the Karnataka Assembly, each Rajya Sabha MP requires 46 votes. The BJP with 66 legislators has 20 votes left. And with JDS contributing 19 legislators, the alliance candidate Kupendra Reddy needs 7 more votes to secure a victory. Resort politics is peaking ahead of voting. Both JDS and Congress have decided to move their MLAs to Bengaluru hotels.
So what they are trying to do is to poach our MLAs. What they are trying to do is offer huge sums of money to our MLAs. In spite of all that, the BJP and JDS will cut a sorry figure. You can see tomorrow when the voting takes place that BJP and JDS will have to put their heads down in shame.
See, there is no doubt that all 3 candidates of the Congress party will get more votes than designated. So you will see some surprises from the BJP and the JDS's camp.
In Himachal Pradesh too, the BJP has forced a contest by fielding Harsh Mahajan against Congress's Abhishek Manu Singhvi for the single seat, despite not having enough MLAs to win. The Himachal Pradesh Assembly has 68 members. This means a candidate needs 35 first preference votes to win. The BJP has 25 MLAs. The Congress has 40. But the parties are in touch with 3 independent MLAs. The BJP has already claimed that Congress MLAs were in touch with Saffron Party's leadership. Bureau Report, India Today.
Big story coming in from Uttar Pradesh. There are massive fears of cross-voting and everyone's trying to get their camps in order. But the information that's just coming in, at least 6 to 7 MLAs as of now missing from the Samajwadi Party dinner meet. Remember, there's a dinner party that's happening at the Samajwadi Party camp, Samajwadi Party plus Congress. There's a dinner party that's happening at Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath's residence, where the leaders were taught initially how they're supposed to vote, what they're supposed to do, and then get together. But what's happening right now? 6 to 7 MLAs are missing from the Samajwadi Party dinner meeting. Who are these? The information that's filtering out, Pooja Pal is one of them. We'll get you more, but more reactions coming in. Let's quickly listen in from Uttar Pradesh. This is the information that's coming in from the Samajwadi Party camp, where the Samajwadi Party says they're confident that their candidates will be victorious. But Is there a surprise? Is there a sting in the tail either for the BJP or for the Samajwadi Party? Now, who are the missing leaders? Pooja Pal, missing. Rakesh Pratap Singh, MLA from Gauriganj. Abhay Singh, MLA from Gosaiganj. Maharaj Devi, the MLA from Amethi. Vinod Chaturvedi, MLA from Kalpi. These are some of the names that are coming out, and more names. Apparently, they've skipped the Samajwadi Party dinner. Is there a reason for it? Remember, the BJP is 8 short for the 8th candidate. 7 candidates win. If only 7 candidates had been fielded, there would have been no problem. But the 8th candidate needs 8. Sanjay Sethi to win requires additional 8 support. Will he get those numbers? The BJP is also hosting a very crucial dinner meeting ahead of this Rajya Sabha meeting, polling tomorrow. I want to quickly cut across to India Today's Abhishek Mishra joining us live from Lucknow from this BJP dinner meet. Abhishek, first explain the missing Samajwadi Party MLAs. Is there a reason for it? Did they say they're not coming, or is there tension in the Samajwadi Party plus camp?
Well, certainly, Gaurav, this news is not something which will give a relief to Akhilesh Yadav, who was optimistic of getting a support from the outside. But his own contingent MLAs are missing. 6 to 7 of them have been reported to not attending the dinner, which was hosted by Akhilesh Yadav. To name a few, Pooja Pal, Rakesh Pratap Singh, Abhay Singh from Gosaiganj, Maharaji Devi from Amethi, Vinod Chaturvedi from Kalpi, Rakesh Pandey from Ambedkar and Rakesh Pandey from Ambedkar, as I said. So these are a name few, but so far there has been no update or contract from these MLAs. They are not reverting in a way. But one thing is very clear, Gaurav, with the fact that how Samajwadi Party was struggling to get the support. Indeed, in terms of number, that is not much, 4 to 5. But if I talk about if they are not able to get their own MLAs to vote for them, that is a big problem. On the other hand, what happened in the BJP meet here right now, where I'm standing at the Lok Bhavan, BJP called all its MLAs in 100% attendance, along with the alliance partners, also Raja Bhaiya, who was, in a way a kingmaker situation for last couple of days. But today he spoke to us, he confirmed that he's coming with the NDA. Rajbhar has spoken to us, and the BJP UP chief Bhupendra Chaudhary also made that clear. And they are claiming it that apni antaratma ki awaaz sunkar. That means if they are appealing to all the MLAs that they should listen to their own voice. It's a direct indication that a few of them from the Samajwadi Party certainly are going to cross vote against them, and this is something which is giving an add-on confidence to the BJP in this poll just before the
also after Chaudhary Charan Singh was awarded the Bharat Ratna, the RLDs also said that their 9 votes are at BJP's disposal wherever they may want to use it. So stay with me, Abhishek. Let's now throw it open. Let's bring in our panel of experts to tell us how things stand as of now. Will the BJP be able to get its 8 candidates elected, or will the Samajwadi Party and the Congress be able to spring a surprise and get their 37 first choice votes for each of their 3 candidates? Intense signaling on. Why? Is there a message here for Lok Sabha elections just some time away? Joining me on the news track, Tuhin Sinha represents the Bharatiya Janata Party, Ghanshyam Tiwari represents the Samajwadi Party. Some of the sharpest political brains joining us on the show, Amitabh Tiwari, political analyst, Rashid Kidwai and Raghav Avasthi join us on the show. But let me begin by asking you, Ghanshyam Tiwari, if information is coming in that several of your leaders haven't joined that official dinner, what should one make of it, sir?
Good evening, Gaurav, to you, my fellow co-panelists and the viewers. I see a joy in BJP and those who support BJP, the same kind of joy when Anil Masih stole an election in front of the camera. That treachery and treason and thuggery is celebrated as a political strategy is what BJP has given to India. So BJP in every election is an opportunity to make another dent to the democratic polity of India, where you speak about the number of candidates that BJP has put up. How many candidates are traditional BJP? Your treasury and thuggery starts by bringing candidates from other parties. Then you expect that with news leaks, by carefully wording that सूत्रों से खबर आ रही है, समाजवादी पार्टी में tension है, by these unofficial, and I can categorically say whatever your reporter said, Ashutosh is wrong, blatantly wrong. These unofficial news leaks By this, you want to communicate that there is some merit in what BJP is doing. There is no
Sir,
merit. Treachery and thuggery has no merit.
You may accuse the BJP of whatever you may want to accuse them of. Never, ever accuse an India Today reporter who will only bring you facts on ground, sir. That's completely uncalled for. But Tuhin Sinha, respond to allegations that are being made that this is treachery and thuggery by the BJP, because you have enough numbers to get 7 elected. You fielded an 8th candidate. Will this not lead to horse trading? Because 288 votes required, with 288 votes, your requirement is 37 per candidate. 7 you can get elected to Rajya Sabha very easily. You fielded the 8th one.
Well, good evening, Gaurav. Good evening, everybody. You know, there is clearly a trust deficit between Samajwadi Party top leadership and its MLAs, and that is very clearly showing. You know, a similar trust deficit has existed in recent months between the Congress top leadership and its MLAs. You know, why don't our MLAs ever disappear? Fact is that this opposition is crumbling, and the MLAs don't see a future with Samajwadi Party or the Congress Party. So some of them, in due course of time, might be moving this side. Now, if in this situation they vote differently from the diktat given by the parties, why are we to blame for it? I think it's very simple. Nearly 2 years ago in Maharashtra, there was a similar situation. Theoretically, we were in a position to win 2 Rajya Sabha seats. We ended up winning the 3rd because Uddhav's Shiv Sena was on the verge of a collapse, and obviously many members voted for it. So I think, Samajwadi Party and Congress Party need to work on their strategies. They need to work on a vision, because without vision, most of their MLAs feel suffocated.
Okay.
They realize they don't have a future with their respective parties.
Let me take this to Amitabh Tiwari, because few people understand what's happening on ground and number crunch better than Amitabh. And Amitabh, I want to understand from you, conscience voting, horse trading, with Yogi Adityanath's dinner tonight, voting classes that were underway earlier today, and this information that's just come in. Now, are these mind games that are being played, or does the BJP have the numbers when it comes to Uttar Pradesh?
It's a mixture of all. It's a mixture of mind game plus conscious voting plus horse trading. We've seen it all in the earlier Rajya Sabha elections as well. The Election Commission says that parties cannot issue a whip for Rajya Sabha. It's a conscience vote. However, due to the shift of RLD from the Mahagathbandhan or the India bloc and the SBSP to the NDA side, what has happened is that the Samajwadi Party numbers are very tight for this. You need 37 MLA support, first preference votes, and the party, along with the Congress, currently has 110. So it's short of 1 member actually, and that is what is made the contest fairly interesting, because Raja Bhaiya's party has also alleged their support to the BJP.
Yes.
So the numbers are very tight, and due to the exodus of 2 crucial allies from the Samajwadi Party fold, the contest has become very interesting, and herein the BJP sees a chance to get their 8th candidate win. Mind you, if the Samajwadi Party's 3rd candidate is not able to get 37 first preference votes, and if the BJP's person also is not able to get that, then the contest moves to the second preference, wherein the BJP has the higher numbers because it has 252 vis-a-vis 108. So we'll have to see how this pans out. However, if Samajwadi Party is not able to, win for any reason, then it would be seen as a setback before the Lok Sabha elections, because it would also reflect upon the leadership and the authority of Akhilesh Yadav ji on his MLAs before a very...
And I'll just come to that aspect in a moment. But Rashid Kidwai, what's the message here in these Rajya Sabha elections? Will the results show how prepared are both the camps ahead of that battle 2024, as Amitabh Tiwari was just putting it? Does the NDA, are these just very complex mind games that are being played? Or is there very clear messaging who's better prepared, sir?
I think, Gaurav, it tells you a story of total, lack of ethics and transparency, role of ideology, political affiliation, etc. My friend Atuhin is saying that it has got to do with, change of heart and disquiet in political parties. I understand disquiet in a political party, that's a very legitimate thing. But why, at the time of elections, the Atuhin Sudha would recall that was his own party, the BJP under Atal Bihari Vajpayee, that moved this amendment in 2001. Earlier, it used to be secret vote, and that was Mr. Pramod Mahajan changed it to open ballot because in 1998 a sordid thing had happened. Ram Pradhan had lost election in Maharashtra, and after that all political parties got together and said, "Ye nahi chalega, ye nahi chalega." Then Gaurav, tell me a question: if there are 10 seats and 8 BJP is getting and 2 opposition is getting, what is the need to bring 11th candidate? Isn't that a passport, a license for horse trading? You may call it whatever you may call it. It is a pure, blatant attempt for horse trading. And that is, if BJP is doing it wrong, if Congress is doing it wrong, if Samajwadi Party is doing it wrong.
Okay.
Wrong cannot be. So by their own
irrespective of who's doing it, Raghav Avasthi, respond. If the BJP can get 7 candidates elected, or putting extra candidates, whether it's the BJP or the JDS in Karnataka or the BJP in Himachal Pradesh, isn't this license for horse trading? Sam, dam, dand, bhed, do whatever to win.
I think as a lawyer, I think I would like to pick up the threads from where Amitabh ji left off. He made a very good point, which is that there is no whip which is issued to the MLAs when it comes to the Rajya Sabha. And I will add one more point. I'll say that the 10th schedule of the Constitution doesn't apply to this election. I'm sure Mr. Kidwai will also agree with me on this point. So if the 10th schedule doesn't apply, if no whips are issued, then I don't understand why there is a problem if lawmakers are voting as per their conscience. If at all they don't want to have the choice that is made by Akhilesh Yadav shoved down their throats, then why should the BJP be blamed for it or any other party be blamed for it? I don't understand. Okay. As of now, the situation is this. This is the first election I've seen in my longest life of 37 years where the opposition is 100% sure that it is going to lose. To ask any of the opposition members in private, they know that they are going to lose. And the ruling party knows that it is going to win. So I am not surprised if there are people who are hedging their bets. They know already what the result of the election is going to be. And they are voting as per what they feel is best for their political future.
Let me get Ghanshyam Tiwari to respond to that. Let me get Ghanshyam Tiwari to respond to that.
The last point I will make is that the party which tried to rape Mayawati has no right to talk about what ethics and thuggery are and what thuggery amounts to.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So the party that has turned...
Ghanshyam Tiwari, hear my questions out and you must respond to the allegation being made there. BJP claims this is better planning. The demand for Bharat Ratna, for example, for Chaudhary Charan Singh, it was made a long time ago. BJP gave it. RLD says our 9 votes, and they've said it in a briefing a short while back, in a conversation a short while back, that their 9 votes are at the disposal of the BJP in Uttar Pradesh. So if it's a shot in the arm for the BJP, sir, is this thuggery or treachery?
To the BJP supporter Raghav Avasthi and former spokesperson probably, I must say that the party that turned Beti Bachao slogan into Rapist Bachao model from Gujarat to IIT BHU and may even give Bharat Ratna to a person like Braj Bhushan Charan Singh, there is no place to hide in shame. Let's be very clear that the party that collects 10,122 crore in donations and not one person in this panel can tell where this money came from, or does a write-off of 14,56,226 crores. There's no shame for BJP to hide. Let us be very clear about that. The viewers are very clear about that. As far as your overall questioning is that does this affect leadership of Akhilesh Yadav ji and the Lok Sabha election? BJP believed that it has the Lok Sabha election going for it. Modi ji said that ab ki baar 400 par, and then they started firing at farmers through drones, tear gases. And we've seen the impact of it. Farmers have lost their lives.
Sir, since I did not interrupt Raghav Avasthi, I didn't want to interrupt you all this while. You made your point, but I asked you a very specific question. And that point was made by Mr. Amitabh Tiwari. My question to you was, if they gave a Bharat Ratna to Chaudhary Charan Singh, which was a long-standing demand, if RLD is giving its 9 MLAs or saying that their 9 votes are at their disposal, isn't that better planning, sir? That was my limited question.
Bharat Ratna is not an instrument of horse trading. They can give Bharat Ratna to Braj Bhushan Sharan Singh and save him. And Raghav Avasthi and Tuhin Sinha will celebrate it. What a master stroke. But the point is, if you can fire at farmers, you can do a paper leak when 50 lakh students are affected. A Rajya Sabha horse trading will not save your exodus from India. People think that it's NDA, but no one here can say that how many parties are there in this alliance. It's not an NDA anymore. It is NSA, Narendra Surrender Alliance. On one side is Mr. Narendra Modi, and other side there are people who have surrendered in front of Narendra Modi, whether it is RLD, whether it is Nitish Kumar, and or with respect to whip, you will see how parties behave, because when dacoits are at your doorstep, you have to arm yourself, and whip is a way to arm yourself.
Okay, sir, you again did not answer my question, but be that as it may, Tuhin Sinha, opposition leaders repeatedly say they're not battling just the BJP, they're battling the money power that comes with it, they're battling the enforcement directorate, they're battling the CBI, the income tax department, all operating in tandem, and that is how even opposition votes will go in favor of the ruling alliance, sir.
Well, first of all, it's too rich of the Samajwadi Party to pontificate on paper leaks, which has been their legacy, or on women's crime, which again has been their legacy. Now, coming to it, you very rightly said there has been better political planning on the part of BJP. 6 months ago, they would taunt us, who's with you? Today, when all the partners, all the regional partners are back, in fact, we have the most, we have more regional partners, we have better understanding with all our regional partners. Today, they are shifting the goalpost that you have more resources. We have more resources because we have better credibility. The fact is, when it comes to ED, did we tell Hemant Soren not to present himself before the ED for 10 summons? Have we told Arvind Kejriwal to not be present and defy the ED? Fact is, if today Manish Sisodia is in jail for over a year, the courts have clearly ruled that one part of the money trail has been established. Now, are you trying to say that you are above law? That is exactly what this opposition seems to be saying. We have more resources because we have better credibility.
Okay, Ghanshyam Tiwari, I'll come back to you to respond, and I'll come to Raghav Avasthi, but I want to bring keep the ball rolling, and I want to bring in Amitabh Tiwari into this conversation once again. Merit in even the Bahujan Samaj Party, MP Maluk Nagar saying that according to them, both the Congress and the Samajwadi Party leadership appears, one, confused, two, there was a delay in their planning, in their strategizing, and now execution ahead of voting tomorrow. The BJP, according to the Bahujan Samaj Party, has stolen a march, or are they counting their chicken before their hats, sir?
See, it's very difficult to say, what will be the outcome, because there is a first preference and a second preference vote, and the calculations are fairly complex. But on your screen, I'm seeing that you have said that 41 MPs have been elected unopposed, and only 15 or 16 seats the elections.
The fight. Yes, sir.
So why didn't the BJP put up extra candidates there? It's a matter of numbers. We have to admit that, correct? 15 MLAs from the Samajwadi Party Gadbandhan have moved to the NDA fold in the past 3 to 6 months. O.P. Rajbhar, due to whatever reasons, and Jayant Chaudhary. So since the numbers are very tight, since the Samajwadi Party here does not have the numbers to sail through their MLA on their own, that is why BJP has put up a candidate. And that's fairly, legitimate in terms of an electoral contest. Now, when the BSP there is also a BSP MLA, mind you.
Yes.
Who also play a very crucial role in this very contest. And it seems that since a lot of the BSP MPs are now joining either the Congress, the
father-son duo, go on, yes, sir,
BJP, we could see them also playing a clear role. He making a statement that the Samajwadi Party and the Congress leadership is fairly confused. I will say that is barely rhetoric, because BSP has been reduced to today a non-entity in UP politics. And to give credit to Akhilesh Yadav and Samajwadi Party, they have made the contest fairly bipolar now. So there is no third element left in UP. So I would say those statements are merely rhetorical.
Okay. Rashid Kidwai, Bharat Jodo Nyay Yatra and Cambridge more important, or strategizing for elections more important? That question is now regularly and routinely being asked. Again, is that rhetoric ahead of elections in your appreciation, sir?
Gaurav, opposition needs to be criticized for not getting that act together. But then that their inefficiency or their sort of lack of spirit, etc., cannot justify what is going on in this Rajya Sabha election. Let me explain why. In India, we have a political system. It's a Westminster model of parliamentary democracy, where you see there is a lot of thrust on propriety. Not everything gets into the ambit of legality. You look at Britain, where there is no written constitution. A lot of parliamentary debates and decorum, etc., works on the norms and conventions. We have imported that kind of political system in our country, and there is no sort of premium on issues of propriety. And that is why you see public intellectuals like Mr. Queen Sinha, my lawyer friend, etc., blatantly justifying something which is politically, morally, ethically wrong. And that is where I think, and I keep repeating, it's the same thing. If Congress is doing it, they are wrong. If Samajwadi Party is doing it, it's wrong. So our inability to identify a wrong and say it is wrong is something that is actually problematic in parliamentary democracy.
Raghav Avasthi, respond to this legally, morally, politically. It's a question that's being raised at multiple levels.
Mr. Kidwai makes some very good points. Allow me to respond to them. The first point that he made was about the Westminster system that we have imported. Now, Mr. Kidwai is a very seasoned journalist, and he would know that in the Westminster system, there is no question of any 10 schedule or a system whereby if you violate the whip, you lose your membership of the legislature. So, of course, in India, we had a certain very specific condition where people were crossing the aisle too often. So, we had to come up with a 10 schedule. So, we have adapted the Westminster system to our needs. So, ultimately, this is what I feel, not just as somebody who supports the BJP, but also as a lawyer and a student of the law. I'm a perennial student of the law, right? That if you are elected by the people, then you also have the right to sometimes vote according to whatever your conscience is. Your choice cannot be decided by some Akhilesh Yadav, not even Akhilesh Yadav. Anybody sitting in any room should not be able to decide how the legislator votes. So if it is a vote of conscience, then so be it. So this is my limited point, and there is no question of celebrating anything. Whatever we had till now, okay, it was a gentleman's agreement between parties. But if the BJP now wants to take politicking to a new level and it wants to get as many people elected to the Rajya Sabha as possible, I don't understand why anybody should have a problem with it, because ultimately...
No, because the allegation, I'll tell you why people should have a problem. The Congress party is very clear. Let's talk about Karnataka for an instance. The Congress party is very clearly saying that this is where horse trading and money power and crores of rupees are at stake and they're being paid. That's the point they're repeatedly making. You just have a statement that's coming from Rizwan Arshad of the Congress, where he's saying that people have had to be taken to a hotel in Bengaluru only to ensure that there is no horse trading. Tuhin Sinha.
No, I think, you can rest assured that there is no exchange of money when it comes to Rajya Sabha voting, at least. There, like I mentioned in my very opening comment, there is a clear trust deficit between the Congress top leadership and its MLAs and SP top leadership and its MLAs. Now, in Karnataka, when it comes to Karnataka, if we were again clever, if we were sagacious to quickly strike a deal with JDS, which brings 19 MLAs, that also changes the equations significantly in Karnataka. But having said that, like I said, the core issue, the crux of the matter here is that the MLAs who are ambitious, and BJP is an ambitious party, the MLAs of these two parties who are ambitious, who want a future for themselves, clearly want to align themselves with a party which is delivering on the ground. Because if at the end of the day, these MLAs go back to their constituencies or go back to their to their audience and they have nothing to show by way of performance, then obviously they would be blamed. They want to align themselves with a party which has a vision for the next 20 years.
Okay, Ghanshyam Tiwari had his fingers up and he virtually was smirking, when you made your point. But Ghanshyam Tiwari, respond to the question that's being made that, it's a conscience vote. There is no whip. if party leaders do not want to vote according to Akhilesh Yadav's choice and they see a better future elsewhere and they vote accordingly, why then this allegation of money power or muscle power of ED and CBI?
Three very quick points. One is that when he spoke about the tribal leader, Hemant Soren, he forgot that just today Madhu Koda and his family joined BJP. This is the conscience vote of BJP. This is the party of, that's why I said his wife and family. It's the same thing. So that is the party of the Chal Charitra Chehra of BJP is visible every day. You just have to pick up the newspaper. That's point one. Point two, I smiled because Tuhin at least demonstrated his innocence, where he said, at least for Rajya Sabha, we don't use money. In Maharashtra, the Sarkar is called Khokhe Sarkar. So at least I appreciate that innocence, that when he says on record, and he thinks that the viewers are also innocent, that in Rajya Sabha their conscience vote, but in Maharashtra there could be a Khokhe Sarkar. Point number three is that we all read the news that how CBI ED went to companies and then those companies donated 335 crores to BJP, which they had otherwise not donated. So the conscience, the model of BJP, there is no politics here. This is what Putin will do, this is what Kim Jong-un will do, this is what dictators do, and this is what BJP's ambition of 20 years is.
Okay, Amitabh Tiwari, okay, Tuhin sir, I want to respond.
These allegations are being made by a party which always had its donations come by way of unaccounted cash, which used to splurge crores, hundreds of crores on a Safai Utsav in the first week of January every year, where B and C grade actresses would be imported along with a couple of A grade actresses to entertain their leaders. So I don't think, the Samajwadi Party with its legacy of corruption, with its legacy of money laundering, has any right to lecture other parties. Obviously the Supreme Court has ruled on the matter of electoral bond. It will not be fair for me to make any statement till the 5th of March. But I think, the Samajwadi Party clearly needs to introspect on each of the issues raised by Ghanshyam Tiwari over here, whether it is women's emancipation, where they would make comments like, ladke hain, galti ho jati hai, on exam paper leak, where Akhilesh Yadav has been on record saying ki thodi bahut cheating allowed honi chahiye, and on the issue of money laundering, where Safai Utsav used to be, everybody knows what Safai Utsav was.
Amitabh Tiwari, again, I'll come back to the elections that are happening in Himachal Pradesh, in Karnataka and in Uttar Pradesh for Rajya Sabha. Amitabh Tiwari, this apprehension, this fear of cross-voting, more in opposition ranks, or the opposition also could spring a surprise, and that is why, especially in Uttar Pradesh, additional candidates have been fielded, because as far as Karnataka and Himachal are concerned, it's fair play there. Okay, I think you're on mute, sir. You'll have to unmute yourself, sir.
Even I read some news just coming before the show. Even the Samajwadi Party is claiming that some of the candidates who have won on RLD ticket and on SBSP tickets were actually Samajwadi Party candidates, and they could even cross vote in favor of the Samajwadi Party's third candidate. So we are in for some good fun tomorrow. However, the use of muscle and money power has been rampant across the years in Rajya Sabha elections, and we need to debate and discuss whether the MLAs have a requirement to do a conscience vote in a Rajya Sabha election and in the presidential polls, or do we follow the party system wherein the leader and the party, whoever they want their MLAs to give vote to, they necessarily fall in line. So this is a debate which we need to have.
Okay. Rashid Kidwai, in your appreciation, and before voting starts tomorrow morning until 4 tomorrow afternoon, who sleeps easy tonight, NDA or India Alliance leaders?
Gaurav, it's very simple. I think NDA will sleep properly because they have their, things in place, system in place, and what if they're going to, cause more disquiet and upset and anger among the opposition ranks. But Gaurav, I just want you and fellow panelists who are very learned people, just want to ponder over one thing. See, look at the Indian National Congress is split into, 49 smaller outfits and various phases of life. You have this Mamta Trinamool Congress, you have this YSR Congress, you have, Sharad Pawar's Congress, several of them. Why is that? And of course, the Janata Party, it also is split into several things, left parties also. Why is that in last 10 years, we have seen only defection? There is no political party that's been fighting. I can understand people having, dissent, disquiet, disagreement in political parties. But why is that there is such a, a kind of magnet kind thing towards a political party? 15 former chief ministers of Congress have joined the BJP, ideologically totally, apart. Why is this thing happening? I think it's not healthy at all for democracy. I can understand, as I say, keep reporting. Dissent is very much part of democratic process. Let there be more political parties that it was, part of it. See, a lot of people had disagreement with Congress. They left and formed, and all of them are thriving in a way, from Odisha to Uttar Pradesh to several other political.
So, what is your appreciation, Rashid Kidwai? Few understand the Congress better than you. Why would leaders like Hemant Biswa Sarma quit the Congress and join the BJP? And like you said, there's a long list. I'll also get Amitabh Tiwari to respond to that. But what is your appreciation?
I think it's the absence of ideology, because in political, if you're not following dharma, that is going to lead to chaos. You may sound me, sounding like an apologist on behalf of opposition, but that's not a case. Trust me, one day BJP will also realize what I'm saying today.
Okay, so you say that's absence of ideology. What's your appreciation, Amitabh? Why is it that so many Congress leaders have quit the Congress, joined the BJP, some doing extremely well in the BJP?
See, I think if you talk about political parties, Rashid ji mentioned why not many political parties are being formed in the past 5-10 years and why there are so many defections. Today, it is very, very difficult to run a political party because you need humongous amount of resources. As per CMS, some 60,000 crores were spent on the Lok Sabha election. That amounts to 100 crore per seat. So it's not easy to run a political party today. That's number one. And why are people jumping the ship from Congress? Is the fact that I always say this, that leaders in any party are like employees of any organization. They're just not getting paid. So they also evaluate the prospects of the party, which is the Congress, and they don't see very bright prospects. And they also see their prospects or their career prospects in the party. And with the dominance of the Gandhi families at the top, many people realize that they are not going to achieve the top position in the Congress party, whereas in BJP, outsiders have been welcomed by giving them top lucrative posts, and that's why they are making an individual switch. It's an individual choice which they are doing.
I will let that be the last word on this part of the show. To all my guests, many thanks for joining me here on this News Track special. A UK-based academic, Natasha Cole, has claimed she was denied entry into India. She was denied entry, according to her, because of her opinion on democratic and constitutional values. She also said that airport officials made references to her earlier criticism of the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh. The Congress government in Karnataka, which invited Natasha Cole for a conference, is facing flack from the BJP for inviting what the BJP calls is a Pakistan supporter. We get you more in this report.
A UK citizen denied entry into India has triggered a political showdown. Writer and British academic Natasha Cole touched down in Bengaluru over the weekend, only to be deported 20 hours later back to London. Natasha took to social media to narrate her ordeal, saying that despite being invited by the Karnataka government to speak at a convention, immigration officials did not allow her to step foot in Bengaluru. Natasha said that officials didn't cite any reason on record, but she believed it was due to her criticism of the RSS. While there's been no statement from the government on what exactly led to the writer, who's an OCI cardholder, being deported, the BJP called Natasha anti-national and questioned why the Karnataka government had invited her. This also sparked a sharp retort from the Karnataka Congress.
I don't know why Karnataka state government has invited her to speak on the constitution. The person who wants to break the country, I would say she doesn't have any respect for the constitution in the first place. And such people are called to give lecture on the constitution itself on the taxpayers' money.
Just because she doesn't subscribe to your ideology? Is this dictatorship in the country today? Is there no freedom of expression? Is there no freedom to participate in a debate on constitution? So I want to ask the BJP and the central government, what is your problem with the constitution?
The minister who invited Nitasha Kaul also lashed out at the BJP, calling it a move against the spirit of constitution. Meanwhile, Nitasha's old videos and her views on Kashmir has resurfaced on social media, with many citing her stand on several domestic affairs as the reason for her deportation. Sample this comment made by Nitasha against the RSS and BJP.
The RSS actually has camps where young boys and girls are trained in the use of weapons. There is evidence of this, well documented, where they are taught and they've made statements such as we will build bombs, we will kill Muslims, and there is video footage recorded that they have of Yogi Adityanath, one of their MPs, the BJP MPs, on stage with people his supporters are asking the crowd to exhume the dead bodies of Muslim women and to rape them.
So was Nitasha targeted for her comments? Why wasn't the Karnataka government advised against inviting Nitasha instead of deporting her once she reached India? Bureau Report, India Today.
Well, that is all we have for you on the show this evening. Many thanks for watching. News and updates continue on India Today. Stay with us.